In today's video, we're going to debunk two of the biggest retirement myths that a lot of retirees believe. Have you ever been told you need at least $1 million, $2 million to retire? These common beliefs are not only wrong, they could seriously derail your retirement plan. And yet, millions of retirees are making decisions based on these myths every day. These myths are creating a false sense of security. Retirement is more about strategic planning, not just some outdated financial rules or myths you may have heard of. And if you don't challenge these myths, you could potentially end up in a bit of trouble. If you're not careful, by the time you realize these mistakes, it might be too late to fix them. So my job today is to help debunk these retirement myths that could be holding you back. If I haven't met you yet, I'm Christian Klassen. I co-own 402 Financial with my business partner Joe. And I created this channel to clear up common misconceptions and guide you towards a more secure and confident retirement. I'll never forget one of my first clients ever. They were convinced they needed $1 million to retire. And they were delaying retirement at the expense of that's how much they thought they needed, and felt so discouraged that they were behind and didn't have enough money saved. And that the only thing they could do is work many more years before they could actually retire. This couple also believed that their house needed to be 100% paid off before they retired. They, like most retirees, thought it would be smart to take a big chunk out of their 401k and pay off the house. And these two myths alone almost stopped them from enjoying the retirement that they wanted. But after we worked together and debunked these beliefs, they were able to retire much earlier than they expected. They were so excited after their hard work that they could live the life they always wanted. They retired 5 years earlier than they thought, and now they travel the US in their camper full time because we were able to debunk these two myths. With the first myth being you need $1 million to retire comfortably. You probably heard from people like Susie Ortman that not even $2 million is enough for the average American. But the truth is, there's no magic number, and I've met people who can retire on $500,000 or less. And then there are people who, if they retired today with $2 million, they could still not stop working. Now, retirement success isn't just about how much you do have, it's about how you manage what you have. The focus should be from an arbitrary number that sounds nice to more of a well-structured plan combining tax planning, smart investments, and income strategies to help your money last much longer, no matter the total. Now, before we go any further, I'd love to hear what retirement myths have you heard? Drop them in the comments below, and if this video was helpful so far, consider giving it a like and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. Now on to the second myth, which is the most controversial one, being you shouldn't take debt into retirement. I get it, being debt-free is a big goal for many, and it's important. Don't tell Dave Ramsey, but not all debt is created equal. Now, if you have a credit card bill or high-interest car payments, pay that off as soon as possible. I have no qualms about that. But strategic low-interest rate debt, like many people's mortgages, that's not always a bad thing. And with the extra cash flow, instead of putting it towards debt like a low interest rate mortgage that's 3, maybe 4%, you could use it to invest extra into your retirement account. And this can be a nice bump in your liquidity by investing that extra cash you have on hand. Even if you were safe and went with CDs and treasuries, you get a higher rate on your money now versus paying off your mortgage early. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Paying off my mortgage early helps me sleep at night. Let me just show you the cost of being able to sleep. I see examples like this all the time with people that meet with me, and it goes a little something like this. Let's say you have an extra $2,000 a month after expenses, and you can either put it towards your mortgage or investing. And let's say you're in the 22% tax bracket, and there's 20 years left on the term of your loans. Let's say your interest payment on your mortgage is 3%. But let's say on the investment piece over a 20-year period, you get a 7% conservative return. By paying down the debt early over the next 20 years, the cost of debt avoided is $660,000, but the estimated amount for the investments is about $870,000 after taxes. An additional amount by over $200,000. Let me say this, either way you win. It's just, what is that sleep costing you? Now, if your mortgage keeps you awake at night, consider paying it off. It's not worth the stress. Just avoid early withdrawals from retirement accounts or big lump sums. This is a major mistake I see many retirees make, and sometimes people are taking $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 out of their 401k or IRA to get rid of this debt. Then they're hit with higher taxes since they push themselves into a higher tax bracket because these withdrawals are taxed as ordinary income. On the flip side, I also see people drain their Roth accounts because they don't have to worry about the tax to be debt-free. The key is to use the debt smartly, not just getting rid of it all at once. Now I'm curious, what's the biggest retirement myth you've heard of? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, whether there's something I talked about today or a different one. Let's discuss it. The more we share, the more we can help others avoid these common myths. And if you're curious if there's any risks affecting your personal retirement situation, reach out in the link in the description below, as I have some time open during the week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.